than Cage did.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the two A-listers going head to head. And Con Air is very much so a Nic Cage film. Now, Malkovich, I don't think anybody could be like, I hate John Malkovich, but he's not like a box office earner at this time.
He's not a draw. You don't go there for, at least then, you didn't go there for John Malkovich.
Yeah, and I hope people aren't angry, but yeah, you're not. It's not like I need to go see this new Malkovich picture called Con Air. So this is a movie. So it's impressive then that Con Air was carried on Nic Cage's burly shoulders, and it almost matched up with Face Off.
Right.
Now,
yeah, sure.
If John Travolta was Cyrus, what makes more, Face Off or Con Air?
No, I think John Travolta as Cyrus, it doesn't work. I don't think it works.
Because it's not a half and half.
Yeah, I don't think it's because Travolta is a certain kind of movie you're going to see Travolta in, where he's gonna just be Travolta, right? And so I don't know if that's gonna be the same draw for someone who's gonna like Con Air.
Yeah, it's true.
I think Malkovich was the perfect like surprise in this movie, because again, like I said, I sometimes forget he's in it. Like I know he's in it, but I'm like, oh yeah, Cyrus the Virus, because you're so into Cameron Poe.
I gotta tell you, I think my favorite moment of Cameron Poe is when Billy Bedlam says, "What are you looking at, punk?" He's like, "I'm just admiring your cage." It's just, it's kind of badass, right? He looks. Oh, there it is. I love it. So he looks at this. I just got a Rocketeer 2 picture with or Aircon photo with 2 jetpacks straight up. Aircon. All right, I'll add this to the post when you're looking at it. And like, I think it shows an edge to him. So how many times have you met the lead actor, the star, is a very pious, like, I'm just such a good person. This is a guy who's kind of in the, he's in the trenches. He is kind of a bad boy. And it's refreshing, man. I'm telling you, I can't think of a comparable character to this.
I would say Dirty Harry would be the closest.
And yeah, he's just so murderous. Like it can't like I don't know. Yeah,
but again, Dirty Harry's doing the right thing, but he's got an edge to him. He's that kind of guy, right? Like
he's doing it the dirty way. He is
more murdery. Yeah, but no, I think it's kind of that Clint Eastwood anti-hero Mad Max kind of thing, but done with Southern charm.
What 2 states did the Marietta Mangler drive through wearing someone else's skin?
Ooh. That's a great question.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's got to be just Tennessee, North Carolina.
Okay.
Because Marietta Mangler, I live, like, there's Marietta, Georgia. So, right. I mean, I'm sure there's other Mariettas. But for me, like a thin state, and then another one. Like I don't think he's driving through, North Dakota, South Dakota.
No. Okay, so here's my Con Air. Here's what I'm thinking is going to happen. I think he's driving through Mississippi and Arkansas on the diagonal.
Oh yeah, back roads.
Yeah, he's going to go through Little Rock.
Would people notice? And if you noticed, you're in an RV, right? You have your family, and you see a squirrely looking person wearing a face mask of skin. Mm-hmm. You just let that person go past you. So
I would probably get excited ever since I watched the making of Planet of the Apes, and Roddy McDowall hated putting on his makeup so much he would just wear it home and wear it back the next day. So he'd be driving down the freeway in 1968 wearing that incredible ape prosthetic face stuff, and people will just see him and not know what to make of it.
That's amazing.
So if I saw somebody wearing a face I'd be like, oh, he must be in a movie and not want to do his makeup every day.
Oh, yeah.
I would assume it's someone doing it on purpose.
Because that's not something you see every day.
So
unless that's something in Canada. Do people wear a lot of skin masks in Canada when they drive?
Well, I was going to say, we used to do conventions together, Mark. Yeah. We'd be at them and work them. And I was there with John and Louie one time, and they went to the zombie makeup tutorial, whatever, and got made up like they had gunshot wounds and whatnot. And we rode the subway home, and it was about an hour ride on the subway, and these guys had like Hollywood quality gunshot and head wounds, and nobody said anything. Like for an hour, people just walk by, sit beside them, and just nobody mentioned it. So I think there's like a real life, like I don't want to engage in an awkward conversation right now.
Yeah. I mean, did they? That's funny. John's got that nice bald head too. He could pull off a good zombie.
He really pulled off a good, like, hey, look, he's been in he's been in a bunch of zombie movies as an extra, like a zombie. He's been on some posters and stuff. Because
he's slim, and so that's perfect for zombies.
Him and his lady are like beasts. You mentioned the Tough Mudder at one convention we were at, and then he just went for it, and that's what they're all about now. And they're just tanks. They just go for it.
Wait, am I responsible for him doing that?
I'm gonna say yes.
Wow, because I talked about it a lot that weekend, and I had a bad ankle, and it set me back a few months.
No, I think that was the first thing. You're like, hey, what's your name? I was like, hey, I'm Adam. You're like, hey, I'm Mark. Check out this Tough Mudder. We're all about the Tough Mudder.
When I met you, I feel like I knew you, man.
Right?
It's like a messed up sound, like, oh, you know that one, I knew I loved you before I met you? I knew you before I knew you.
Yeah. And like very quickly we were talking about like, hey, let's do a podcast together.
Yep.
And then it was like 6 years later we did Universal Soldier.
Let's open a burger joint.
Oh yeah. That's good. See, the thing is, that's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh no, it will. I mean, the cliffhanger burger joints with friendly competition. Oof.
Yes.
Now,
very excited about that.
Stupid question. Do you think the pool scene was necessary, and why was it in there? And what were they trying to create suspense with? Is this man going to murder this child? And is that? Well,
I think they were trying to like redeem him, and yeah, they were trying to like do the thing like, is this going to happen? And it made me very, very uncomfortable, and I think that's what they were trying to do. And so, yeah, I don't think it was necessary, but I think it was good they had it in there. Now, that being said, I didn't enjoy watching that scene. It's not like, oh, it's my favorite part of the movie, but in that, can it create? I always say a good horror movie is a movie that makes you feel something. When you turn it off, you're still not settled.
Yeah. This is still there, and he's still alive. He's going to go on another murder spree. He's going to leave Vegas with a skin on his face.
Well, here's the thing. Do you think that he's going to go murdering again, or do you think that he had a moment of, like, redemption, and he kind of saw the light, or whatever you want to say, with this young girl, and he didn't kill her because he's reformed?
Well, it seems like it's pathological, and it seems like it's – I mean – I've never been inside the headspace of a serial killer, but how many of them have actually stopped?
None, actually. I don't think any have stopped, with the exception of maybe Jack the Ripper. We don't know for sure, though.
I mean, I guess some have stopped and they've never been caught, but it seems like a pathological return to the scene of the crime. I think he's leaving Vegas with a skull on his head.
Okay.
Not a mask.
And that could be a part of the sequel.
Oh. Do you think he wins money at Vegas? Is the Marietta Mangler a good gambler?
I think he's a great gambler because, it's all about poker faces. When it's pathological, you believe things. You're not fooling anybody. He could have, nothing in his hand and believe he's got, all the cards he needs.
Oh, so he'll will himself to victory?
Yeah, exactly. He's just going to believe that he's got a full house and play that way. People are going to fold, and he's going to win.
Wow.
He's going to go cool hand Luke without even trying.
How many eggs can he eat?
Oh, he can't eat 50. But close.
Now,
you'll believe it's 50.
Give me your top 5 moments of this movie.
Okay, top 5 moments. Rainy night palm strike.
Yeah, that's bad.
Moment, it's so good. It's so good. The pink snowball to Baby-O.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that moment. You can tell he's making friends. He's doing his thing. It was this year. This is going to maybe ruin some of my movie credentialing on the podcast. Maybe we're going to tank the show here. I was this year when I realized that guy was Bubba from Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
They're so vastly different characters. They look different. Like, to me, I had to like verify. I'm like, there's no way that's the same guy. And so I think that's a credit to his acting.
McKelty Williamson.
There. Yeah, but I think I love that character. But anyways, okay, so Rainy Night Palm Strike, Pink Snowball, Cameron Poe Spin Kick.
Oh gosh, unbelievable!
Right?
Unbelievable.
Right. I love the first standoff between Cameron Poe and John Cusack.
Yeah, can I trust you? I only trust two people.
Exactly. One of them's me, and the other's not you.
Yeah.
I love that line.
Yeah, that's a great line.
Like I loved that moment. I think there was a good tension there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought was pretty neat. The moment they reveal Steve Buscemi's face,
yeah,
the first time you see it, and you're like, oh, all I've really seen him in before that was Desperado. At that point in time.
Oh wow.
What had he done before Con Air and Desperado?
Fargo.
Yeah, I guess he was in Fargo.
Yeah, he had been in a bunch of movies. I mean, Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, but again, yeah. So he'd been in some stuff, but just the reveal of that face, you're like, oh, and it was very.
Airheads. You hadn't watched Airheads yet?
Oh, I had watched Airheads, so that would be the only. But again, that was like a funny movie at that point in time. So I
Escape from L.A.
School, yeah. Escape from L.A. I wouldn't say it was like, this is a Steve Buscemi film.
Wait, what?
No, but like, so with Reservoir Dogs and with like Fargo and whatnot, so I was in grade 10 when I saw Con Air. So I was just kind of rediscovering all these movies for the first time at that point in time.
Got it.
But I had seen and loved Desperado, so that's where I knew him from.
What a great movie.
Oh, it's incredible. We got to do a Desperado episode.
No, I'm in. Robert Rodriguez, his Blu-rays are amazing. He loads them up with so much great stuff.
I remember the Once Upon a Time in Mexico DVD had like a cooking tutorial on it and stuff.
Yes. He gets his fans. It's him, Paul W.S. Anderson. They load their stuff up with commentaries. And can I get something off my chest real quick that annoys me? And I want to see what you think. It's off topic. Broken Lizard. For every single movie they've made, sans Super Troopers 2, they've done 2 commentaries. They split it up between 3 of them and 2 of them. And they will do 2 commentaries for every film. Super Troopers 2 was partly fan-funded. They raised a bunch of money to get more money to make it. So half fan-funded, something like that. It's the one movie where they haven't done a commentary. That's weird, right?
That is weird. Well, and I would say I have the same irritation for and then maybe this will be touchy, but Bryan Singer, when he made all the X-Men movies and stuff back in the day, he kept talking about Richard Donner's Superman. And I was like, oh, he's going to, the commentary for Superman Returns is going to be really, really good. And I was like, that'd be the one thing that could save that movie. And there was never a commentary for Superman Returns.
It's an interesting thing. I know Scorsese and Spielberg, and there's no commentary in this, by the way. That's why I didn't buy the Blu-ray, which I'm a little, you feel like you should own it, but I just have it digitally because there's no extras. There was a behind-the-scenes documentary that I sent to you that I really enjoyed. I mean, all the Vegas models, how big those were. Oh, went out in the
incredible
middle of nowhere and shot all that. I mean, it's a good. If you type in Con Air behind the scenes, I think it's on Vimeo. It's really worth the watch. But no, there's none on this, and I don't know. I know some directors say they don't want to give away their secrets, but I would love to hear on the Goodfellas Blu-ray Scorsese talking about how they got the Steadicam shot or the production design in that scene. It's stuff I've learned a lot from commentaries, and they've helped this podcast because I listen to all of them.
Commentaries are my favorite thing. Yeah,
you learn, and you know what? You don't have to totally focus on the movie because you can just listen to the commentary because you know the movie.
Right.
And
right.
It's just like I just listened to the Last Dragon commentary. Beautiful film. I love that commentary. Like the guy, it's by himself and it's beautiful. I tried to do a commentary by myself for Deep Blue Sea and I almost died. It was one of the most stressful things in my existence. I was incredibly sweaty. But
okay, so speaking of the Last Dragon, well, sort of. let's take a sidestep. How do you feel about Dragon, the Bruce Lee story?
I haven't watched it in a long time. I saw it in theaters, and I remember thinking
Okay.
it was